Hello guys and happy new year. Welcome back to my channel. If you're new, then please subscribe. Now this is a totally different kind of video for me, and it took me a long time to get to this point, and I thought I just had to share this and talk about this, and it is how to level up your life mentally and then it will exude externally in 2019. Now I feel like leveling up in your life is a journey. It's something that's never going to end until the day you die. You always want to level up and make the most of your experiences that gets offered to you, and believe me, when you know your worth, opportunities and abundance will come to you. I found myself in 2018 when I made my goals, it was a lot of superficial things, which thankfully I actually have achieved, like with work-wise and blah blah blah, and I was getting taken advantage of, whether that's friends, with boys, in my work industry. And you know what, I feel like I've now got to that second stage where no fucks are given. And it's so true, that saying, know your worth, then add tax. Remember that, guys. I feel like I need to have that tattooed somewhere or on a bracelet somewhere. No matter your gender, no matter your skin color, no matter where you're from, no matter how much money you have, no matter what class you come from, if you know your self-worth, people will not take advantage of you. Believe me. I do not come from a very well-established family, and I don't come from a family that had a lot of money to put me in extracurricular activities and have the best handbags and clothes, the best cars, where a lot of my friends did. And I feel like when I was younger I was so much more ballsy than I am now, and I'm like approaching my 30s, and I wish I was the kind of girl that I was back then. Maybe bring that a little bit to me now, but I did not care. And you know what, most of my friends didn't even know the financial difficulties that I was going through, my family was going through, and it was all because, you know, you kind of have to fake it until you make it. And that is so true. But it's because back then I kind of knew my value. I knew what I would tolerate from people. I knew that if anyone tried to step to me and tell me I was something that I wasn't, or tried to say to me, oh, you only drive a Ford K8, like my first car was a Mercedes, I'd be like, no, get your face out my space. I don't need that kind of negativity, and I don't need someone like you trying to put me down to make yourself feel better. I earned that car by myself. My family didn't help me. I was studying, and I was like Monday to Friday, and then I was still going like my weekend job, so I was on the go 7 days a week, 24/7. I hustled hard, and because of that, no one could tell me anything. They couldn't. And I feel like when you're younger anyway, you just kind of have that load of confidence that sadly as you get old, it slowly, like, it chips away through circumstances. But anyway, now you might be thinking, but how do I level up in 2019? What do I do? Now there's a few simple things that you can follow. Number one, and I've learned this and I had to learn it the hard way, is never take the first offer. Oh yes. Now it took me a while to learn this, and I feel like that's always like it comes from like your frame of mind, in a sense of knowing that there is abundance and there is options out there for you. I'm a girl who loves options, and when there is an option for me, I tend to panic, and then I always tend to rush into things, relationships, jobs, because I feel like, oh, there's nothing else like coming up. It's kind of like a self-inflicting prophecy, I think that's the term. You worry that nothing else will come along, so nothing will come along, and it kind of touches upon law of attraction, which we'll talk about later on. Whether that's a job interview, boyfriends, friends. Now let's talk about job interviews, because I really want to help you guys. If you're looking for a new job, if you're in a job that you currently hate, always be on the lookout, always be networking, always have your CV out there on the internet so people can find you and people can offer you jobs. Always set up more than one interview as well, guys. Please don't put all your eggs in one basket. I feel like women especially, we do this. We put all of our eggs into one job interview thinking we're gonna get this, and we have to because our life depends on it. We're gonna be out on the street, we're gonna be able to make car payments. But I guarantee if you had 5 job interviews lined up and you really didn't have no expectations because you knew in yourself that you are worth it, if the first job interview went along and they talked to you about what's expected from you, dress code, what time you need to be there, and then at the end they say, so what are you, like, do you have any questions? Please go in there with your questions, and first of all, like, the highest priority of questions to ask, because it shows that you're ballsy and it shows that you know what you're talking about, is salary. Money is one of the most hardest things that women especially find hard talking about. But if you go in there and you say, this is what I expect for what you require from me, and if they say no, you just be like, thank you very much for your time, bye bye, and you go on to the next interview. And I guarantee if that first interview doesn't give you the salary that you want, one of these other 4 will. Believe it, trust in it, know your worth, and you will get the salary that you're after. Now, boyfriends and relationships, I feel like I need to do like a whole video in terms of like career, boys, friends. So let me know in the comments below if that's something you're interested in. So boyfriends and relationships, I'm such a high believer in dating, keeping your options open. I say this to all my friends who are in relationships or who are dating people right now, and it's not because I'm promiscuous and it's not because I want my friends to be promiscuous, but I feel like what women fail to understand is that men have options, men date around, men are always looking for the one up. Now, if you took that power within yourself and you knew your value and how to be treated and how you deserve, I guarantee you, if the first guy that you was dating wasn't calling you, wasn't setting up dates, wasn't picking up the bill, wasn't texting you back, was stringing you along for like weeks on end, and then all of a sudden he texted you like, hey babe, what's up, you wouldn't tolerate it, because you know in yourself that you want a guy in your life that cherishes you, that wants to do things that you both enjoy, that wants to spend time with you, that wants to talk to you. You deserve that. Please believe that. And it frustrates me so much when girls, because they're only dating one guy, they get so obsessed with him. If the guy doesn't text her back within 10 minutes, she gets all flustered and panics and gets anxiety. And sadly, it's because she doesn't know her worth. That kind of goes back into not taking the first option. The first guy that comes along, if he's not treating you right, if you were dating other guys, trust me, guys kind of have this sense and they want to own you. It's like their primal instincts of wanting a woman. If he kind of knows that other men are pursuing you, trust me, he's gonna want to lock that down. But it's really easy to have friends in your life, toxic people, toxic relationships, girl colleagues, and men colleagues as well, and they can sometimes have such low self-esteem that they will put you down to make themselves feel so much better. And I just don't tolerate it. I'm so quick and easy to cut people out of my life that are dead weight, that are like emotionally draining vampires, that I know in myself that I deserve a friendship that, as I can motivate her, she can motivate me, I can go to and share my problems with, and vice versa, that we like to do the same things, that it's just easy, that if I'm busy with work, they're not all texting me like, oh, you're not seeing me, or trying to say, or go on your Instagram account and like just judging everything that you're wearing and that you're doing. You don't need friends like that. Friends are there to uplift each other. They're there criticizing everything that you are doing because they're insecure. Now, in 2019, I think you need to cut those people out of your life. Another tip that I feel like can really help you level up in 2019 is using the law of attraction. Girls, like, I'm gonna keep regurgitating this, when you know your value, you don't become desperate, you don't become victim of other people's insecurities. You know who you are. No matter what people throw at you, they can't break you, because you know that you're a good person, that you're intelligent, that you work hard, and that you value things in your life, you value friendship. They can't judge you for that. So you won't be desperate for friendships, you won't be desperate for a boyfriend, you won't be desperate for a job. Law of attraction helps in the sense of, and I feel like this is one of the biggest things that helps me, is affirmations in my life. And I do this every day, and one of the things I think that it could help you do this every day is by setting alarms on your phone. Set one at 9 o'clock, set one up at midday, set one up at 3 p.m, set one up at 6 p.m, like every 3 hours, a little alarm that says that you are brilliant, you can do this, you've got your shit together. Like whatever it is in your life that you feel like you want affirmation in, that can help you boost your value. Like anything that you can think of, write it down and say it to yourself. Don't say it into your mind, say it out loud, shout it out if you want. Once you put it out there into the universe, trust me, God will provide. And I like to mix a little bit of law of attraction with God, because that's how I live my life. Some people might say you can't mix the two. I don't really care. The universe will work in some mysterious way and will send you something in your life, a job opportunity, or a gorgeous guy in the supermarket giving you an amazing compliment that will just boost you to make you feel like, yes, I can do this. Another thing that you can do is maybe have it on a bracelet. Now for 2019, that's what I want to do. I want to get a really gorgeous bracelet, thick enough that I can engrave something in there, a goal of mine that I want to achieve. It's all personal as well, so don't be sharing it with other people, girls. Like, it's something that's within you, because then you know what, you don't have any expectations. The moment you say something to someone that you want to achieve something, or that you do deserve a new job, trust me, there's going to be loads of people out there that are going to want to bring you down. If you keep it to yourself, no one can judge you, no one can tarnish your heart, no one can tarnish your intentions or what you're after. I feel like for me, actions, and it's been something throughout my whole life, I don't talk a good game. I never have. And I feel like that's something you should never really want to aspire to do. I show my integrity, what I can achieve through my actions, and I keep it to myself. And you know what, when people see it, they'll be like, oh, I didn't know you went to university and got a degree. Be like, you know, old friends from high school that are in your Facebook that didn't want to go to university, that now see that you're educated, you have a degree and you have a really good job. Then they start to crawl back and be like, oh, I didn't know you did that. And you'd be like, oh, yeah, I did. And I'm really proud of myself for it. Or a new car, or anything, guys. It really can be something personal to you. With law of attraction and, you know, having like leveling up in your life and valuing yourself, you have to be patient with it. Now remember that it can't, you know, some people always say, but how long is it going to take? Is it going to take me next week? Am I going to level up my life next week? No, unfortunately not. Law of attraction, leveling up, anything that's worth having takes time. Don't be lazy, believe in yourself, be patient with it, and trust me, you will start to carve out a life for yourself and leveling up in a way that you truly will, like, you'll just be so happy and content. And that's something I always strive to be. Like, I just want to be really happy in life. And another thing is be consistent. So you have all these things in place. There's no point in putting all the time and effort in leveling up in your life to just let it dwindle away, guys. Now, I said this in the beginning of the video. Leveling up is something that you have to do till the day you die. And some people might think that's a really daunting thing, but I don't think so. Maybe this video isn't for you, because I feel like self-improvement, self-evaluation, just growing and learning, it is a day-by-day thing. It's something you are going to constantly do. If you ever reach a point in your life, maybe 35, and you think, I'm married, I've got kids, I have a good job, like, you're good. No, what the hell are you going to do for the next 40 to 50 years of your life? You constantly have to self-improve yourself, whether that's exercising or reaching a certain goal weight, or learning a new language, or furthering your education. You cannot just peak and then that is it. You have to be consistent in building one by one and just keep reaching as far as you can go till the day you die. And then when you look back from heaven, you're going to be like, you know what, I've left a really good legacy. Now, my last point is how to level up in your life is just kind of letting go of emotional vampires in your life. Now, if you surround yourself with 5 people that are lazy, that are draining, that constantly knock you down, that constantly say that you're not good enough, or they're just not motivated to do anything with their life, you know what's going to happen? This is who you're going to be. Now, do you really want that? No, no, no. I think what's good to remember is it is okay to outgrow people. The friends that you had in primary school are not going to be the same friends that you had in secondary and high school or in university or when you get a job. It is okay to have different level of friends, and it's okay to outgrow your friends. You're not going to have the same interests anymore. If you want to learn about science and you want to learn about, I don't know, astrology, the people that you first were friends with only care about going to the club on the weekends and getting pissed and drunk, and then Monday to the Friday they have a hangover and they're not doing anything with their lives. You're not going to have anything really to talk about. If you want to level up in society, if you want to mingle with more of the elite affluent people, then you need to start making connections and networking with people on that level, and they will treat you with respect because you value yourself in that. You know in yourself what you can bring to the table because you have self-developed yourself, you've been educated, you've been doing all these little things in yourself. You know how to not let people treat you, to disrespect you, that you can walk into any room and people are going to accept you because you accept yourself at the end of the day. So please remember that as well. I know that now my friends are completely different now that my career is different, and I feel bad about it sometimes, but when I do meet up with people that I used to talk to, we literally have nothing in common, and you know what? That's okay. You want those 5 people to add value into your life, to build you up, and if they're not building you up and you're just sitting there and you're constantly having to reassure someone how good they are and trying to reassure someone that they can maybe perhaps start their own business, that's something that I found myself doing all the time with my old friends. When you become an entrepreneur, I swear, like, it's kind of like stepping into the matrix. It's like a whole different world. And when you're doing really, really good, when you know your value, you know your self-worth, you've leveled up, your friends who are down here, they want to come up here, but you can't carry everybody with you. You have to learn to adapt and change your scenarios. And if you want to be an entrepreneur, make sure you surround yourself with entrepreneurs that you can guys lift each other up with. If you want a perfect marriage and you want the guy of your dreams, stop letting fuck boys completely ruin your head and stop going on Tinder. Like, that's a whole nother video as well that I want to talk about Tinder. And you need to be self-confident, look good, you know, be well presentable, and you will attract that into your life. And that's all I have to say on it. This is a lot longer than what I expected, but I really wanted my first video from 2019 to be of some value, and you will see some differences in my channel and my attitude moving forward. If you guys want to add to anything that I've said, please leave it down below because I want to see what you guys say, and something exciting is coming up as well. So the people that I know are interested in these kinds of things, I'm building something just for you, so let me know. That is it, guys. You can find me on Instagram and Twitter, just Mona's Eyes Beauty. Thank you so much, guys, and I'll see you in my next video. Mwah.